Okay, reporting in 10 days of eating since my last juice fast. And just want to report I went off the rails pretty significantly. And this is why I fast. This is why I continue to do juice fasting, because left to my own recognizance, I am not responsible. And this isn't the result of um, having been denied food. I mean, the reality is this is just the way I roll, unfortunately. Well, last week I was canning tomatoes. That was really what I was absorbed with, was getting these tomatoes canned. Gary had a bumper crop. He wasn't really showing much interest in getting them canned, so I did what I needed to do to get 9 quarts of beautiful tomatoes canned in jars in a pressure cooker. I had to get my pressure cooker out again, read the instructions, because pressure cookers are dangerous, as is canning. It can be. It needs to be done properly. So I had to keep going back to websites and reading, okay, you do this, you do that, you add citric acid, add a little salt, and even with that, I didn't quite get enough tomatoes in the jar, and I had too much space at the top. But because I used the pressure cooker, it should be okay. The lids are very secure. They are vacuum sealed, sort of. So anyway, so that's what I was thinking about. And on Saturday afternoon, in the midst of all this, I decided to go out and get a personal pizza. It was on sale. It was like $6.38. Like I had $2 off. I didn't know about it. Big vegetable pizza, and I just started chomping on this pizza. Now this is wheat, okay? And I was feeling pretty good up until then. However, the night before, it was very hot. And, when it gets really, really hot, I start thinking about ice cream. And I ordered a $20 ice cream maker online. And it came. I made some delicious chocolate ice cream, which was scrumptious. And just like many other foods, homemade is really better. It was incomparable to what you would get if you went and bought a pint of chocolate ice cream. It was a little soft. I didn't quite have the technique down all the steps, but it was so kind of pure and rich and tasty and cold, and very nice. So that sort of got me off the rails. And prior to that, about 4 weeks ago, a friend of mine gave me a bag of ancient grain cereal. And that's really, I think, what started getting me off the rails. I think it was before I went on the juice fast, but then after I came off the juice fast, I continued to eat this ancient grain cereal, which I don't think those grains were ancient enough, because basically it just started up my wheat compulsion. And I started, getting up in the morning, oh, I need my cereal. And at night I'd have my cereal and fruit, dessert. And so I was already off kind of on a wheat tear. The pizza got me really off the rails. I'm allergic to milk and wheat. I already determined this. The heavy cream and the milk and the ice cream, the milk and the pizza, the cheese, and the wheat in the crust, and the ancient grain cereal that I finished up. Thank God it's out of my house. I got extreme congestion, very uncomfortable, scratchy eyes, just misery, 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 misery. And also eating a lot of fattening food, I mean, I believe that pizza has like pretty much single-handedly destroyed American health, certainly contributed. And so the good news is I had these terrible, terrible results from going off the rails, which kind of scared me straight. So this morning I got up, I had oatmeal, which I'm pretty good. Oats seem to be pretty good. It's a simple way to start my day. I didn't have any fruit. I would have just had some blueberries, but I didn't just have fruit. So I had that, and then I had some nice rice noodles with Thai sauce, which was good. It's a little fattening too. But reining it back and getting myself back on track. And this is why I have such relief when I go back on the juice fast, because my allergies clear up completely. My body just relaxes. It's just like, thank you. I apparently just have a very sensitive um, physiology, especially to wheat and also dairy. And that's two of the main foods that, that people like, that we rely on, and also that are like, not so much the milk addicting, but the wheat is. It's like once you start on the wheat, you want more wheat. Oh, and I also had Tiny Tot donuts on Sunday morning because I went off to church in a rush and hardly had anything here for breakfast, and I got little chocolate donuts. Oh boy. Anyway, but the canning got done, which I'm really happy to report, and that was a big thing. It's also cooler here now. I'm going to be starting to work, but I, I have 10 more days of eating, and hopefully this really profound bad reaction will get me back to reasonable eating and just to enjoy, simpler foods, better for me. So that's my report of 10 days eating. It's August 31st, 2020.